little bit of a part of the road where Jake's been working over here on building that bridge for the family. This road is completely gone. That's right over here at the tip of my finger is the pavement, what's left of it, and it went right around. You can see there was a fence down here that was up for this house that's behind us, and the road came out right over there. You can see the yellow lines coming, so it would have went right through here, and now the road goes through the front yard of this property. And they had a gate. I guess everybody drives right through their gate that went into their driveway. So now all major traffic's coming through here, including all the dump trucks, all the people that live here, people that's helping in the recovery. A lot of traffic coming through here. And I don't want to get too close to the edge. We don't know if it might fall off, but you can see it's starting to break away right here. And yeah, this is going to be quite a big gap to fill in here for them, and it's not going to be easy. This is the only place I've seen on Highway 9. Now, I've not been past Back Cave, but from Black Mountain on Interstate 40 to here, this is the only place I see the road is completely gone on this area. But now there's many, many places in North Carolina the road's gone like this. Getting enough rock and stuff for this is going to really be hard to get these filled in. All right, I'm here with Jamie. She lives in the house you see behind her. Their bridge got completely wiped out, and Jake's been here the last few days working on getting a temporary bridge put in. And just tell us a little bit about what happened here and about the bridge you just built and so forth, and it just got washed away.
Yeah, we had just spent some for us, $20,000 to redo our bridge. My mother-in-law actually lives in this house, and I live above her in another house about a mile up. And we were at the point where we were not getting help via insurance because we didn't have flood insurance, and my mother-in-law is disabled. So we were seeking help, and my sister-in-law found the precision grading post and highlighted my name to it, tagged me, and I wrote to Jake, and he was here like the next day and said, yeah, we're gonna get you out. And I've never been so joyful in my life, because we had been stuck, unable to get groceries up or anything of that kind, because the water was just way too high still. And my mother-in-law has, you know, some memory issues, so she was not understanding why she wasn't getting out and was getting frustrated. And, you know, it's hard when you have someone, you know, with special needs. And I have seizures as well, and we were, you know, feeling very trapped, very isolated, as if we were on an island with no food and water. We were having to go to the river and collect water to feed the animals that were up the hill, and it was rough. It was a really rough time, and without Jake, I mean, this would have been even worse for a longer period.
Now, how much did Jake say that he would charge you to fix this bridge?
My God, he's not charging us anything. He said through the donations he's able to do this type of stuff. So everybody that's donated, thank you. And please donate more. There's so many more people in need in our area, and I'm sure all around. I haven't had the chance to get out yet and see everything, but I know there's so many people at a loss, and you know, without flood insurance, and nobody expected it to flood like this, you know. Everyone was caught off guard.
So y'all built the bridge. Let's back up and talk about that. Just not long ago had it redone. Show me that picture again.
Two days before.
2 days before the flood, you got the
we got the bridge
done. And redone.
Yep, and it all washed away.
So it's some of it's still laying over on the bank. So
yeah,
We can kind of see right there what was that. And
Yeah.
that accessed your mother-in-law's house and your house too, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's the house that's right next to it, Jimbo Risings. And he unfortunately, is concerned about the water rushing up under his house. He got 4 feet in his basement of water. And our car was over there and, got pretty drenched. And my truck was stuck on the other side, so I haven't been able to work.
So the family that lives here, what's their name on this
The
house?
Risings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this house looks like it's a total loss.
It's a total loss. Unbelievable. They just spent a fortune on it.
Yeah, they're still remodeling it. Still
Yeah.
got the stickers in the windows that's not been pulled off.
I know. Can you believe that?
You can see over here where they've started new
Yeah.
work that they was building on. So now it's...
A number of years back, maybe 18 years ago, maybe less, Jimbo asked if he could build this retaining wall. And he built the retaining wall. Without that being there, I'm certain this entire house would have been downriver as well as his.
So was you up there watching this when this happened?
I was not up on the porch, but from what my mother-in-law said, it just came down so fast. As soon as, I guess, Shirley Sobel's bridge got blocked up with tree roots, and it pushed the water out onto the road. And then once that bridge broke and our bridge broke, that also got blocked up with tree limbs, it was just a surge. And the bridges went up under her house. You can see, I guess that's a footing. And then there's more right there of the bridge. But yeah, it just washed it downriver.
Firewood now. What's going on, brother? It's nice to meet you, brother. What are you into? We're about to go take some firewood down here to Mr. Chris. That's right down the road here. Your buddy from Precision Grading is doing awesome work. He's been so busy, we've not had a chance to get in with him yet. So we've just been pushed on down to see what everybody's got going on. The community's very resilient here. The whole community's jumped in to help. All of Appalachia's here, from Virginia to West Virginia to up northeast down to Tennessee and further than that, Georgia. So we're just trying to figure out who we can help. We're about to go down here to Chris. His name's Chris Yeager, and bring him some firewood now. Look, survey the scene. We're going to do a cleanup on his property tomorrow with a bigger group. Depending on what time they get to Ellensboro, we might even push them up further today. We're just floored by this community.
Bringing all the team in that you got here in North Carolina?
Tomorrow morning we're going to bring them in, the entire one. We might push them a little bit earlier. We got them out of Canton today. We had another team down in Canton doing great work, supporting areas in Swannanoa, the Canton area proper, that area. And honestly, we're just thankful to have North Carolina and this community, and also the northeast areas of Tennessee, bring us into their communities and bring them into us into their families, because they were the ones that swung into action initially and opened the roads. It was them that did the work. So we're just happy that they let us be a part of them and let us help them in any possible way we can. And we appreciate you giving us the truth and out here being on the first hand, because we know more about Ukraine than we do about what's going on in North Carolina right now. And we really appreciate you doing that, John.
Introduce yourself and your crew that you got standing here with you.
Yeah, my name's Zeb Proctor. I'm with the Volunteer Relief Corps out of Knoxville, Tennessee. I've got Nate Bolke from Clinton, Abram Loudermilk from Knoxville. Got Mr. Eddie. What's your last name, Eddie? Lord, Eddie Lord. He's from the North Carolina. He's a North Carolina native. We got Mr. Tiger from Knoxville. Mr. John Nix, you from Knoxville as well, sir?
No, I live in Tellico Plains, right on the Tennessee-North Carolina line.
Tellico Plains. And we got the one and only Mr. Jeff Marcus. But no, we're just happy to be around these great people. This is a very resilient community. And then you also see leaders, community leaders, like your buddy here with Precision Grading, that, he's building bridges. This house didn't have access until he got here. And now he's going to give them emergency vehicle access. It's amazing what Americans do when they need to support each other.
why it kept dropping.
Shorter. They said that one up there is the same size as those.
What are you doing, Jake? What's going on here?
Trying to get a temporary road for a few houses over here.
Have those people been able to get out since the storm?
No, sir.
That's a month now, ain't it?
Yeah, month yesterday.
Yeah?
We did 3 others in this local area that hadn't been out.
What'd you have to do? Build bridges there too?
Or river crossings.
River crossings, yeah. So, yeah, this is got hit pretty hard, looks like here.
Yes, this is one of the ones I was telling you was $32,000 is what FEMA offered them.
Are they are they living in the house, or
No, they
don't look like they can, do they?
No, it's
Not
just
I don't bouncing houses.
I don't know how it's standing, to be honest.
They're just kind of hanging. It's those trusses. There's no support on the end right here, are they? Now that I see
I
it.
think the roof truss is
Looks
holding
like
it
it's
up.
got steel columns underneath it in the middle there, so
Then the roof trusses, I guess, is holding the walls.
So is this something you're going to use here? Was they using this for a bridge, or what's that?
We were going to. They just had this bridge redone 2 weeks.
Finished 2 days before.
2 days.
Now, where do you live at?
We live in Wilkesboro.
Okay.
They've been volunteering and coming. up
Okay, so
every
you're volunteering and helping. Okay.
Yeah, every weekend.
So.
And he's a welder, and he's about to weld these beams together.
Oh, okay. Nice. What about this?
On,
these people here.
on our Facebook page, somebody messaged
They
me.
messaged you and told you.
Yes.
Is that how you ended up over here on Black Mountain?
Well, I worked here right after the storm.
Oh, you done been here once?
We worked in Bat Cave.
Okay.
And helped Danny Freeman and the fire chief in Bat Cave, try to get access. A lot of the roads were inaccessible, and there was no heavy equipment down here at all because the state was about a week behind getting here.
So that, how many houses are completely still cut off like this, you think?
We seem to be finding more every day. So we had another one message on.
So these ladies up here on the porch, they've not been out since the storm?
No, sir, not in the vehicle.
So somebody's been bringing stuff across the footbridge,
Yes,
throwing food?
and a church came in apparently and built the footbridge.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and bring it down and then just help him align them, and he's gonna weld them together. So.
Cool. Okay.
And then if you can find any more gravel and stuff, we're gonna need stuff to build this ramp.
You want me to move this debris pile somewhere?
Yeah, just maybe down here. I don't want to offend anybody here. So. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if they would let us dig that dirt right there, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
If you see him, ask him if he comes back.
Okay.
He said he wouldn't be too long. I just don't want to make him really offended.
Yeah.
If you can, grab his phone number.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And you might be able to dig some up in there on that end. I know the septic, you can see it sticking out of the ground.
Oh, okay.
But over here, I don't think there's anything. Maybe you could borrow dirt for that
You were
side.
on there, she was kind of going to fit already about the septic and digging and
tell us how many, you came with 5, right?
Yes, sir. We've come with 5. We had 2 teams, one down in Canton, and then one in Ellensboro, where we were operating out of. We got 1 left to give away, but yeah, we've had an outstanding team down in Canton that found families in Winona and Black Mountain area. Just word of mouth, other volunteers really, you know, volunteer will call us and they'll go clean a house from a different organizations, call me up and say, hey Zeb, I know you was looking to get rid of a generator. We found a family that really needs it. This in particular one, we were going around house to house, talking to neighbors, and then word got out that we had another generator for some people in need. So we got a man coming down here to grab it a little bit later. We got 1 more, and we'll, you know, once we identify that family in need, we'll get that to them as well. Help out Jake as well. So we're gonna come back. We're just not be idle. Go over there, get eyes on, and we're RTD back here. We're gonna give this guy some manpower. He's gonna come back with a crap ton of dirt to get rid of. All right. All right. Y'all 2 in control here. You got it. Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all shortly.
Y'all be careful.
He's on his leash now.
How late you staying today, Jake? You getting ready to roll out?
No, I'd like to get it done.
Done.
Just some concerns.
Just have to get out of here and go home.
I don't really want to leave my stuff here tonight.
So I'm gonna roll back to camp with them.
Okay.
And they're an hour and a half south somewhere up here, but I'm gonna go film what they're doing. So at one time they were a bridge right here, and apparently it went over there. You can see there's not much left of it. There's some steel over there that might have been from the bridge, but that's upstream. But this is how big of a gap it washed out. So what Jake's working on is right down there, and trying to make a place over temporarily, just a temporary way in. If this is a private property bridge, the homeowners will have to build that themselves unless it's a county or state bridge, and most likely, I doubt that it is. It's hard to say. Property, I'm here with the property owner. What's your name?
Jimmy Worley.
Jimmy, so, yeah, you've got total loss, you think? No building it back?
Oh, no. Builder's already been out and looked at it and declared it unbuildable. So
I can see a lot of water here. What's this from? Is that yours or is that from the other crew that's working?
It must be the other crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So during the storm, you said you sat in your front driveway when it's raining?
Right. We got up there and just kind of cut off. I mean, there was nowhere to go. It was flooded in every direction. Highway 9 was underwater. The water was in front of the house. Water was behind, going through the house. So, yeah.
So 2 bridges came out, and then we didn't realize those big beams up there. So there was a smaller bridge.
There's a smaller bridge that was right here. That was the 12-inch I-beam. And then that big 28-inch I-beam, 30-foot long, was about 500 foot on up.
So are those private bridges, or are they?
Private.
So the homeowners would have to build them back themselves that lives there?
They will, yes sir.
So these people here are your neighbors across the creek, so you gave permission, or Jake, let me turn around here, to build them a temporary way to get into their house. They're not going to be able to build it. I'm sure they're not going to be able to afford to build a bridge right away. Do you think FEMA will help with that, with a bridge?
No.
No? Have you talked to FEMA?
They offered us $32,000.
$32,000 for the loss of your house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
32,000.
32,000.
This is a temporary bridge to be able to get their vehicles out.
Right.
And after that, you know, it's just temporary.
Right, just get in and out. So many people lost bridges. I went down through here. Anybody's on the other side of the creek, they're stuck there now, most of them.
Yeah, they have a better option than coming in off the other road, Old Fort Road. And they can build a really small bridge there to get across. That all held good. But there's a dispute between the next two property owners up through there. Apparently they're disputing with these folks. They won't allow them to cross their property. So, you know, we're allowing this to...
It sounds like you're doing these people across the creek of solid, letting them come through your property.
Well, I mean, they need to be able to get in and out, you know.
So basically, their driveway's in your backyard now.
Right. So, of course, the house is going to have to be torn down, and
yeah,
I'm not going to build back here.
Yeah.
I've got some property up the road, so I'm going to go about a mile up the road and build up there.
Yeah. So how long was these people stuck over here before they could get out, and how did they get in and out with food? Were the people helping them some way?
The fire department was helping them get in and out some, and then Good Samaritans, and they were actually taking UTVs in off the Old Fort Road.
Okay.
Up there. There's a back way in.
Right.
And those people could get in and out that way if they would allow them to use their road.
Oh, so you got the people up there kind of being hard to deal with for them.
Yes.
So you're doing this to help them out, I guess. That's a good thing, I guess. Without this, they're going to be, sounds like difficult for them getting in and out.
Well, yeah, there's no other way. But I mean, this is just temporary. You know, we get a very good rain, that's not going to
last long, is it?
Not last, no.
Winter might take it out. Get some rain in the winter, it could go out. So what's the age of these people? It seems like they were maybe elderly people.
It's the lady up there, Fran, that's her name. I think she's in her 80s.
80s.
And thinks might have some dementia. So that's the main concern. There's her daughter and her mate live up on the hill, and you know, it's her other daughter is in California.
Right. I think that's who contacted Jake about coming. Yeah. He said somebody, her daughter from California. So this is, how long was it before they got power back to them over there? How long was it they were stuck there with no power?
We were all without power. They got the power the same day we did, and that was last Tuesday about 6 p.m.
So almost 3 weeks they were without power.
Yeah.
So how were they making it? Did they have a generator?
Took a generator over there.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think Jake will be done with this and out of here tonight. I'm going to work on maybe another project over here. So. Yeah. Well, I hate that we met in none of these circumstances, but you're really doing a solid to help these people out.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just that there's most of the people in the community are helping each other. You just have a few that are divisive, but other than that, most everybody is helping everyone. Yeah,
we're seeing a lot of people come to volunteer and help and do what they can, you know. So it's been a real. For me, I've been documenting the good things, like what Jake. I've been documenting what Jake does. He's helping people for free, you know, and showing that there's people out there that really cared about getting people back to in and out of their houses, basically, you know, not back to normal, but at least be able to get in and out.
From what I hear, he's not welcome in the Asheville and Black Mountain, places like that. FEMA only wants government contractors in there.
Oh, really?
So
they don't want nobody coming in and helping people for free?
The only FEMA people that we've had is the one that we actually went and picked up in Black Mountain, brought her out to see the house.
You had to bring her out here?
We had to go pick her up. She was straight to drive out on the road. So we went and got her, brought her out here. She looked at the house. The next day sent us that offer.
Is that something you can accept or have to challenge?
No, we'll dispute it.
Dispute it, yeah.
I mean, she could have wrote it for $42,000, no questions asked.
That's the most they'll pay out, though, I think.
Yeah, that's the most.
So you want to at least get that?
Well, anything above that has to be authorized. Okay. So I do know that. So it's like, you know.
So I'm sure your house probably plays for a couple $100,000.
You know, I mean, I don't expect much out of the government.
Yeah, well.
My buddy in Black Mountain lost his place too, and they offered him $10,600.
Oh my goodness.
So he lost all his vehicles. Fortunately, I'm grateful we didn't lose our vehicles. The fact that it blew through the floor there, that's what saved the rest of the house. So our bedroom on the other end didn't get water. Our clothes were dry. Our bed was dry. That was our daughter's bedroom, and she's off at college. So
I see that now. I hadn't even paid attention. The whole floor dropped out there. I see it now. Yeah.
If that floor hadn't blown out, the whole house had been gone.
Now, why is that?
Well, just because the water would have been going through the house and compromised it.
Okay, so it's coming out back down the hole there in the floor.
This is a new section right here that we were adding on, and that's the only thing that held the rest of the house, because it blew that whole foundation all the way out. Plus that single car garage and the 275 gallon oil barrel that was in there are a half mile down the river.
Yeah.
So it's bad. I mean.
So was you out your truck when these bridges started collapsing and coming apart? Could you hear that?
Oh yeah. And at the same time all that was blowing out, the road over there was starting to disappear.
The part where the road's gone.
I was watching trees go down, and that started eating in, the pavement started disappearing, and I was kind of like, I'll be honest with you, I was praying. I was just like, please God, let this stop, let this just recede for a few minutes, give us a break, because there was no way out. And I know my wife and uncle was kind of freaking out, and I was inside, but I was like, just stay calm, because I mean, we could have climbed on the roof of his house, but it was starting to get in behind his house, so that's my wife's uncle's house, and that's where we're staying now. But if so if you get on the roof of it and it undermines it and it falls, then you're gone too. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But fortunately, good Lord, it quit. I just kept looking. I was like, okay, they said this is supposed to pass by 10:30, and when it was the worst, it was like 9:30, 9:27, 9:30 is when it was.
On Friday night or Saturday morning?
Friday morning.
Friday morning?
Friday morning.
Okay.
6 o'clock Friday morning. I was up from 3 o'clock a.m. and 6, a tree fell in behind that bridge, and by daylight, the water was coming over the bridge.
So one other story I heard about that we went down and filmed the house on, had to go through private property that Jake had access to, was a couple of ladies that was in a house that floated off like 5 miles. Have you heard anything about that? And they were rescued alive?
I hadn't really heard, but there's so many people, so much going on, people being rescued. And I mean, I know a guy down the road just a little ways from here had a brand new double wide, and his car got flooded and his truck got flooded, and he was in the double wide and it tore loose and started floating, and he ran and jumped out and made it to shore, and it's actually watered up against the tree down there.
Yeah.
So he lost everything.
So do you have have they gave any ideas of how many people maybe lost their life in this area right here between here and Back Cave?
They hadn't really. I mean, I saw the newscast that said no one in Broad River had lost their life, but we know that was a lie, because we know the guy that actually added the addition onto this house right here years ago, Mitch Freeman, he was killed.
Yeah.
And he's in our district.
Okay.
And we're just not getting the truth about the total deaths in this area.
So you work around here close, or you've been working since this happened, or what you been doing?
Yeah, I'm in the cabinet business.
Cabinet, so
I
you
have
went back
houses all over. I've got houses in Waynesville. I've got them in Hendersonville going. I've got jobs going everywhere.
Building cabins, so you just had to go back to work.
Right.
When this happened.
So your normal commute to get to Black Mountain is normally 20 minutes. Now you can figure 40.
Yeah.
With the
you got back to Interstate 40?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I came in. So you got those one lanes and half the road missing and washed away.
Right.
So.
Yeah, in Craigtown over there, it's you just go over this mountain down into that valley, and that's Craigtown. That's where all 11 of the Craig family members died. 11. I know 11 Craigs. I know 2 of the Wrights died, and 2 of the Packs died over there. So
does that consider Black Mountain area too, or?
They consider that more Fairview.
Fairview,
that's
okay.
Reynolds School District.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, this is Buckingham County.
This is Buncombe County. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Buckingham County, they had quite a few total deaths all the way up to Asheville. Then I guess.
Yeah. There's been a lot. I mean, it's a lot more than they're reporting. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What they were talking about? Oh, for tomorrow? We were talking about tomorrow. Yeah, but if we can't do it tomorrow, we've got a bunch of trailers that we could just load down there and take to their place.
You can borrow my truck.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're going to split our team. We'll take half of our team to the location Mr. Jake from Precision Grading was telling us about. Give them half of our people, and then we'll take the other half to the guy Christian that was down there. And at the very least, we'll do some pickup and all that. Do much. That's the next phase. We're out of. If anybody that watches this channel, please move out of the first phase. They no longer need supplies being dropped off. They need boots on the ground, hands-on work, hands-on shovels, operators, truck drivers. That's what we need. That's what they need at this point. We don't need any supplies being dropped back down here. We need boots on the ground, cleaning up, rebuilding.
If they want to work with your team, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, right now we've got a Facebook page open up. It's on the Volunteer Relief Corps Facebook page. You can message us there. I'll give you my personal information, John. So if anybody contacts you, you'll be able to let me know. We're working. We got an email up too. I'll also get that information to you, so we can have a link and you can get a hold of us and sign up for us on our rosters, and then we'll keep you updated on rotating missions. That's the plan, is that we just rotate missions throughout every week, every weekend, whenever we can, when we can have a team lead. We got some really good small unit leadership that likes to get out here and do these things and support our neighbors here in Appalachia.
What are you eating there?
Got an MRE. This is beef ravioli and meat sauce. And I'll tell you, the trick to it is you add the crackers to it. That's the trick, and a little bit of hot sauce, but I don't have no hot sauce right now, so I'm not going to complain.
So some of your guys are down there, looks like helping with the bridge?
Yes, sir. So right now we've got 2 teams here right now. Half of them are down there helping getting the spades, the bridge, the metal work aligned right so it's not rocky anymore. They're welding it in. That's the team that's with Precision Grading is doing the welding. My team is just helping maneuver and doing the heavy lifting. Right now, as you heard, Jake from Precision Grading is going to go get some dirt that's going to be donated from a local company, and then we're going to throw all our people on shovels and just get this leveled out as quickly as possible. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will North Carolina be rebuilt in a day, but we're going to one bridge at a time, one house, one family. That's the best we can do, and it's not just us. You see, I'm sure you can testify to this. Everywhere you see people from local communities, Cajun Navy, our group, local business owners. Everybody just getting into action and doing it.